Yeah, hi, I'm Chris Allen, the CEO of Brass Monkey. We're a video game system that uses phones as game controllers, and any screen that supports a web browser can become the game console. I was going to tell you quickly kind of how we came up with this. It involved one of our developers at our sister company, Infrared 5, playing around with remote control helicopters. And he was trying to get them to be controlled with the iPhone. And he actually succeeded in getting this to work. But every time I kind of checked in with Trevor, he would say that, oh man, yeah, it was going great, but then I crashed my helicopter. And so I suggested to him, why don't you actually create an emulator for the helicopter? And that was a big aha moment. It's like, wait a minute, an emulator for controlling a helicopter on a screen on a computer is actually a video game. And I knew we were on something. And then so as it happened, we were kind of building a video game system, right? And one of the games that we were working on was a Star Wars Trench Run. This is for Lucasfilm. And we were tasked with creating an iPhone game and a browser game. And what we ended up finding is that the browser game really sucked to play. I mean, flying an X-Wing using a mouse and keyboard is just not any fun. But using the accelerometer on the phone, like we had it on the iPhone version, was super fun. And we were like, let's figure out how to use this tech that we've been experimenting with and make a game out of it. So we did that. We launched that in 2010, June of 2010. And we decided we needed to start a new company based on this. So that's where we started Brass Monkey. And since then, we've actually kind of grown this into more than 50 games on our platform. We have about 300,000 installs. That's actually grown from just in October where we only had about 10,000 installs to up to 300,000 now. And we're kind of growing like crazy. And so a lot of people ask, well, how does this work, right? It works over a Wi-Fi network. Kind of like, here's your Wi-Fi network here. The phones actually pair with our server that actually routes them, but all the communication is actually happening locally, so it's actually quite fast, and you don't have any latency that really cause problems. And you guys should come over to our booth, which is over in this corner, and try it out for yourself. Even if you're not a gamer, it's kind of cool to see, like, how quick and responsive the actual system is. We have patents issued on this process, which is kind of nice. And we are a platform, so we actually enable other developers to build on our system, and we have platforms for our SDKs, or software development kits, for HTML5, Flash, and Unity. And so if you're a developer and want to build a game on our system, you can actually just grab our SDK for free and start playing with it, and then submit the game to us. We have kind of an interesting monetization model that uses coins that are on the phone that you can buy as a consumer, and then use them to buy games on our system or to buy items in games and stuff. We're going to be launching a subscription service as well. But that's kind of the rundown there. So what's next for us? What we really envision for our company is to kind of become like the Hulu of video games, or the Netflix of video games. Smart TVs, since our system is browser-based, smart TVs come with browsers, right? The problem is, right now, not enough people have them. The ones that are actually out there, the first generation, are pretty low powered, and they aren't really great for creating video games. And what we've seen are there are other kind of video game console alternatives, or that are not Nintendo, they're not the Xbox, and they're not PlayStation. And Ouya is one that just launched recently. It's an Android-based operating system and game system. There's a game stick, which is kind of similar to what we're thinking of doing. But what we're going to do next is create a little device that plugs into your TV via HDMI. And that is going to allow our customers to get up and running with our system very quickly, even if you don't have a smart TV. Right now, though, if you want to play it, you can use your Mac or PC. Load up playbrassmonkey.com, get the app for iOS or Android, and you're up and running. That's it.
And then you're running what I was covering the house already.
Yep.
Why not use something like a logo?
Yeah, so The Rokus are actually pretty underpowered as well, and we have to write in some proprietary language to get our stuff to work on their system right now. If we set up a partnership with Roku, that might work, but right now it's not possible. So I would say hook up your laptop with an HDMI cable and you can get going for now. But that's also part of the reason we want to make that little device that plugs into a TV and makes it really easy for people.
Yeah, they have
Yeah. Yeah.
In using your smartphone as opposed to a controller or a console,
Yep.
does that limit you to a certain type of games based on the interface, the touch interface, or are you competing directly with games that are also found on the console?
Yeah, so that's an excellent question. Our philosophy really is not to replace the games that you play on Xbox or something like that. It's a little bit more like the Wii U. I don't know if you know the device that Nintendo just recently launched, which is kind of this tablet-style device. It does have like keys and stuff and joysticks on it, but the main interface is this like tablet. So you got this dual screen experience, and really, what we think are the games that are perfect on Brass Monkey haven't been built yet. We support like multiple phones, like all of us in this room could actually be playing one game with a screen here. And then that just, we leverage accelerometers on the phones, and so it's like the Wii, we have a golf game over there you can try out, driving, all kinds of stuff. And then things where you actually leverage a private screen, like a card game, where I don't want you to see what I have, and then like I'm playing with Rebecca, she has her cards there. I want to be able to keep that private, and we're all looking at the main screen for the main table and stuff. So I think the game designs are just beginning to come out. They're really cool. There's a game called Raquette where it's a 5-player game where each person has a thruster on this lunar lander, and you got to work together to land the thing as a group, which is really crazy. It's fun to play. You guys should try that one. But yeah, I mean, I think that these are new games. This is next generation stuff. It's not the replacement for the existing game consoles.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah.